Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today I'll be talking about the Yankees' Plan B after losing Juan Soto to the crosstown rival, the New York Mets. Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today I'll be talking about the Yankees' Plan B after missing out on Juan Soto as he went to the crosstown rival, New York Metropolitans, aka the New York Mets. I'll be honest with you guys, Yankees fan, it's about 15 hours processing this whole thing. My timeline, we've been coping as Yankees fans on Twitter. At the end of the day, we lost a generational talent, a fresh bat Hall of Famer. This is a colossal loss to the franchise, no matter whatever way we try to spin it. The guy got $805 million. He left the Yankees over $45 million. At the end of the day, I can live with that. You left the Yankees not over $5 million because his contract can go up to $805 million over 15 years, but an opt-out after 5 years, which they can forego with the $805 million, which gives him the second half of that contract gives him $55 million AAV. Since day one, I said, if the Mets and Steve Cohen pony up and give Juan Soto $800 million, you can have him. You give him 760 over 16, $47.5 million. They gave him 805 over 15 in the end, which is just so much money. But at the end of the day, Juan Soto is a New York Met. It was not a nightmare. I woke up to that. Had trouble sleeping last night. Fell asleep at like 3 a.m. Damn near like 3:30, and had to get up and make this plan, working on this plan for like an hour. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I think I actually cooked. So I did all the math, did all the calculations, and if the Yankees really want to be the Yankees, they can go out and actually make some trades to allocate money even more so. Again, I'm yapping at this point. Let's get into my plan. So the Steve Cohen tax is at $293 million. I'm under the impression that Hal Steinbrenner and the New York Yankees don't want to go over the $300 million payroll, which makes plausible. That makes sense, correct? That makes sense, right? So the Yankees payroll leaders currently is the captain of the New York Yankees. Salute. Even more of a bigger Aaron Judge fan. Remember, he turned down $450 million from the Padres to join the New York Yankees and stay with us after the 2022 offseason. Obviously, he had a lot more loyalty. He's been with us his whole entire career. We drafted him in Juan Soto. We traded for him, but really had him for 1 year. What loyalty did he really have with us? Garrett Cole, $36 million AAV. Carlos Rodon, 27.8. Giancarlo Stanton, $32 million AAV, but it decreases in 2026 and 2027, 2028. 2026, it decreases to $19 million in 2027 to 2028 with a club option in 2028. It is $15 million because the Marlins have deferred like $10 million for the final 3 years of the deal. 2026, 2027, 2028 for $10 million for those last 3 years. Like I said, the Yankees do have a club option, so Stan is just awful in 2027. They can just decline his club option for 2028 and sayonara. And the fifth highest paid Yankees player right now is Marcus Stroman, who just tweeted out a post about Juan Soto talking about, congratulations, I had fun competing with you. Like, Marcus Stroman, you're about to be on the chopping block, buddy. Like, I don't know what this fallacy that Marcus Stroman has, but like, brother, we just lost a generational talent, and he comes out with this tweet right here, like, hey, get Marcus Stroman off my baseball team. He's talking about some shout out to my brother Juan Soto, beyond deserving generational talent, wishing you and your family all the best. Thankful I had the opportunity to compete with you. Like, I'm not trying to hear that shit, Marcus Stroman, but enough of the yapping. Let's get into my plan for the New York Yankees. The total payroll for the Yankees right now, that's currently constructed, is at $221.5 million. $221 million in total. 576,666. That is including arbitration and pre-arbitration players who are making $800K a season. That is obviously the pre-arbitration players, the Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, Luis Rios, guys like that, and also a couple of other prospects as well, like guys like Yorme Vivas, and I believe Everson Pereira, and a couple of other guys as well. Jason Dominguez is, which leaves the Yankees right now to reach that $300 million payroll at $78.4 million for $78 million in total. $423,334. Now, the first signing, this is a guy I wanted to wake up today to be a New York Yankee, but I didn't, obviously, kind of like premature. But you have to sign Max Fried. Max Fried has to be my number 2 starter. I cannot rock out with Carlos Rodon as my number 2 starter. Now, in that case, you sign Max Fried. Nestor Cortez is on the chopping block. $8 million, for my opinion, a number 4 starter in the league, and Nestor Cortez Jr. is an absolute bargain. How much money did we just see Frankie Montas and Luis Severino, 2 former Mets and 2 former Yankees, funny enough, sign for this offseason? Clay Holmes is making $13 million just about AAV to be a starter. Nestor Cortez Jr. is making $8.3 million in arbitration, his final year in arbitration. He definitely will be somebody that teams will be interested in, because we can't have 3 lefties. We can't have Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, and Nestor Cortez Jr. We have to have 2 lefties max and 3 righties, which will obviously be Garrett Cole, Luis Gil, and also Clark Schmidt. So yeah, you gotta go out and get Max Fried. He's one of the most underrated pitchers in baseball. He does have a little bit of an injury concerns, but when he is on the mound, he is very well. The only thing that really concerns me about Max Fried is really just his strikeout rate, to be quite frank. I mean, I'm a sucker for strikeouts, which is why my starting pitcher one this offseason was Blake Snell, who just got $33 million. Now, I'm not paying $33 million for Blake Snell, with all due respect. And a lot of that is coming from signing bonus and also deferred money as well. Blake Snell, like the season, for example, had a 34.7% strikeout rate this season, while Max Fried, who's going to go deeper into games and does have a really good ground ball rate at a 59.2, only had a 23.2% strikeout rate, a 24.1% whiff percentage, and a 28.9% strikeout. 28.9% chase percentage, and yeah. So he did pitch away 1.16 whip to compare to Blake Snell's whip of 1.05. But again, I'm not going to go too deep into this. I just want to get these off, and then maybe I come back to that. Christian Walker needs to be a New York Yankee. Right after that, $20 million AAV. The Yankees need a first baseman. Anthony Rizzo was pitiful last season. Ben Rice, he had his moments, but obviously he wasn't ready last season, so they go ahead and set him down, bring Rizzo back up. He had a couple moments in the playoffs, but not the Rizzo build, unfortunately. Need a first baseman. Obviously, there's concerns with age with Christian Walker, and last season, I guess he had a down season, but he's still a power bat. He's the best defensive first baseman in baseball. Go get me Christian Walker for $20 million AAV. Probably on like a 3-year deal, maybe like 2 guaranteed years, in the 3rd year being like a club option or a mutual option or whatever. Max Fried, probably the max I would go for Max Fried is like 6 years, $30 million, which would be 6 years, 180, or 5 years, 150. That's totally fine with me. And the third guy I want, which has to be a guarantee, is Teoscar Hernandez. Obviously, the Dodgers want Teoscar Hernandez very badly. I'm guessing his AAV would be around like $20 million. Maybe like 22, 23. He signed a $23 million AAV contract this season, but it's deferred money with the Dodgers, so yeah. Obviously, I don't love the idea of Teoscar Hernandez defensively. He obviously does have the arm. He did throw out a runner to the season in the World Series against my New York Yankees, so he definitely does have the arm like Alex Verdugo did. He's just not great in terms of, I believe, reads, and like, I don't know what his, I would have to look up his like OAA is outs above average in left field, but let me just quickly look through that on the spot. Teoscar Hernandez, no, he does have the arm. He's always had the arm since like Toronto with the Blue Jays. I mean, he had -9 OAA, so he strikes out a lot too. Like, Teoscar Hernandez really strikes out a lot. Like, he has the 28.8% K rate, but he hits the piss, just absolutely shit the ball. He's in the 94th percentile in barrel percentage. Hard hit percentage is in the 81st percentile. Expected slugging 91st percentile. He just hits the ball hard. He just hits the ball hard. Even he has an 8% walk rate, which is in the 52nd percentile. He's gonna have a lot of strikeouts by Teoscar Hernandez, but he did have an 840 OPS. Nice bounce back season with 33 homers. I don't know why I can't see the RBIs, but yeah, Teoscar Hernandez has to be a New York Yankee. Just want to quickly look that up because I'm not sure why I'm not able to see him. I think he had like over 100 RBIs, right? 99 RBIs. Basically. 17th most RBIs, the 20th best OPS at 840, and 33 homers, which was 14th best. Also, the 39th best batting average. The batting average 2024, I laughed at 272. Yeah. So far, Max Fried $30 million, Christian Walker $20 million, Chance Hernandez $20 million, and instead, let's say Christian Walker signs with the Mariners or the Nationals or some other team. This is when I pivot that $20 million for Christian Walker, and I go out and get 2 guys for $23 million. So yeah. So just by getting Max Fried, Christian Walker, and Teoscar Hernandez, that would cost $70 million in AAV. Like I mentioned, the Yankees have $78 million in payroll in AAV to play around with until they reach that $300 million payroll that I think they want to halt and make a stop at, like a train. So instead of Christian Walker, let's say you sign with somebody else, go out and get me my closer. I love Luke Weaver, but he can be Luke Weaver, man. Don't be surprised if Luke Weaver, we have so many endless situations that we can throw Luke Weaver in. Luke Weaver can fuck around and be our number 5 starter. Luke Weaver can fuck around and be our multi-inning reliever. Luke Weaver can fuck around and be our closer. And he's doing all that for like $2 million a year? Like, just an absolute steal for the demon himself, Luke Weaver, my dog, aka Weave Dog. Go out and give me my closer, give me my left-handed demon, Tanner Scott, formerly of the Padres and formerly previously via trade of the Miami Marlins. Give me my demon. He's one of the best striker relievers in all of Major League Baseball. Give me him for $15 million. And then, hold on, before I even get into that, I just want to quickly look at what Tanner Scott's strikeout rate was this season. Tanner Scott this season with both the Marlins and the Padres in the year 2024 had a strikeout rate of 28.6%, with percentage at 32.7, chase percentage of 31.8. He's in the 100th percentile in average exit velocity at 84.3, expected ERA of 2.96, 90th percentile, expected batting average with 200 in the 90th percentile, fastball velocity at 97%, 97 miles per hour at the 91st percentile. Chase percentage 31.9% in the 84th. Walks really the only thing he struggles with at 12.2%, which is only 87th percentile. Bear percentage is in the 92nd percentile, 4.7. Hard hit percentage is in the 99th percentile at 27.5, and ground ball percentage at 52. In the 88th percentile at 52. Yeah, dude's a demon. So he doesn't really give up hits, doesn't really give up hard contact, strikes people out. Only thing he struggles with is walks. So ground ball pitcher as well. He's a demon. If you can get me Tanner Scott, that would feed family. He had a 1.7 ERA with a 1.3 WHIP, 84 strikeouts in 72 innings last season. Just an absolute demon. So Tanner Scott for $15 million, and then after that you pair him to make $23 million AAV with Carlos Santana. Now, Carlos Santana would be at the worst the platoon with Ben Rice, Carlos Santana against righties, and Carlos Santana against lefties, Ben Rice against righties. Ben Rice obviously had a 3-homer game last season, and we obviously have high potential or good potential for Ben Rice. He is an older prospect, he's like 25, 26, but he definitely has pop. He's just really a catcher converted to first base now, and it would be great for him to learn behind a veteran, either Christian Walker or a guy like Carlos Santana, as they're two of the best defensive first basemen in baseball. And funny enough, Christian Walker just won the Gold Glove at first base in the NL, and Carlos Santana just won the Gold Glove in first base in the AL. So, hey man, we're trying to prioritize defense. We're also getting some demons in the not the hot corner, because the hot corner is third base, but somebody I was listening to somebody talk about first base, and I was like, damn, he was like Joe's. He was like, oh, something about the first base. Why is first base not called the hot corner? It was like, was it like lefties go the first and righties go more to third, I want to say, but I digress. So yeah. It would be $70 million AAV with Max Fried, Walker, and Teoscar. It would be $73 million AAV with Fried, Scott, Santana, and Teoscar. Now, I would prefer Fried, Walker, and Teoscar, but if you really want to be the big bad New York Yankees, you don't want to get owned by Steve Cohen and the New York Mets, get all these guys. Get Fried, get Walker, get Teoscar, Get Santana, get Tanner Scott, trade away Nestor Cortez Jr., trade away potentially Marcus Stroman. You feel what I'm saying? And then you spend the remaining money on the contract to $300 million on the bench. Obviously, you can really orchestrate trades, like I said, for Nestor, or eat about half Marcus Stroman's contract coverage. Is starting pitching needy and needs a starting pitcher as a number 5 starter. Maybe trade for Cody Bellinger if the Cubs eat a good chunk of his contract. The rumblings about like Nico Horner, like I don't know. At the end of the day, though, I really wouldn't love that Cody Bellinger contract, but he can play first. He can play the outfield. We have a need at both positions right now, especially first base and left field. With Judge now back and right, and Jason Dominguez, I presume, in center field, but I'm getting ahead of myself there. This Reed, Walker, and Teoscar would be an immediate upgrade at starting pitcher 2, first base, and also left field. Just instead of Rodon, is right now, really, in my opinion, the starting pitcher number 3 is a number 3 starter. Anthony Rizzo, that's a massive upgrade over Anthony Rizzo with Christian Walker or Carlos Santana. What happens with Rizzo, I haven't heard anything about Rizzo this offseason. Maybe he goes back to the Cubs. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he comes to coach with the Yankees or the Cubs. I don't know, to be honest. And lost Verdugo, which is just an absolute massive upgrade, which would be Teoscar Hernandez. We'll see what happens with him, though, in terms of Verdugo. Now, in terms of the guys I really don't want, Anthony Santander, I saw a rumor today about him. Not a great defensive outfielder. Just came off a career season, had a sub-3 WAR season with 41 homers. Just an absolute regression candidate. I just don't want us to do that. I mean, the Orioles would rather have paid Tyler O'Neill, who had a 200 batting average and a sub like 650 OPS against righties, even though he hit 15 homers against righties. He was a lefty masher. He has injury concerns. They chose him over Anthony Santander. Has been with them basically his whole entire career. I thought maybe to go out and, you know, Heston Kjerstad season. He has good potential, but apparently not. I mean, maybe the platoon. I don't know. I mean, shit. O'Neill is an Oriole though. Since Anthony Santander probably won't be back with the Orioles, I really wouldn't want Bregman. I was listening to Talking Yanks, listening to Jake talk about Bregman. It kind of like was reeling me in, but I don't know. I feel like just the regression really recently of Bregman, especially that first half last season. He really was really good in the second half of the season. I think he also showed up in the playoffs, both for the Astros against the Tigers. Still really good defense. I'm going to go glove a third. Probably he's willing to play second. Like, okay. Just not really. I mean, the whole Astros cheating thing, and then you probably they said he wants $200 million. I mean, I'm only willing to give Bregman like the ballpark of like 28. I mean, to 25 to like 28 max AAV for like 5 seasons, because he's getting up there in age. He's now in his 30s, I believe. So yeah, I would prefer Max Fried over Corbin Burns, in my opinion, just because of the fact that I don't know. I just feel like in terms of like Corbin Burns' strikeout percentage, it's been getting lower year by year since winning his Cy Young. He's still a really good pitcher, still one of the best pitchers in baseball. Just year by year, his strikeout rate is continuously going down. Like, I just want to go ahead and just look at that real quick. It's just like not ideal. I just don't want to be on the hook for Corbin Burns, and he's just not Corbin Burns, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, starting with what 2022, what is it? Let's say it's 2021. 2021, he had a 35.6% K rate. In 2022, he had a 30.5. In 2023, he had a 25.5. 2024, this season, he only had a 23.1% strikeout rate this season. So again, just don't want to be on the hook for that, with all due respect. I would prefer Max Fried. Give me a left-handed demon. Probably had a 90-minute Zoom, and it went well with Max Fried. Max Fried, please come to the New York Yankees and please save us. Brian Cashman, get it done, bald man. Maybe sign Jorge Polanco for like $5 million, $6 million to battle it out with Caleb Durbin, the Yankees prospect, for the starting second base job. So obviously guys like Yorbe Vivas. There's guys like Oswald Peraza. At this point might just be a bust. I don't fucking know. The Yankees lineup as currently constructed with my plan B would be the catcher being Austin Wells, who finished second or third in Rookie of the Year to his teammate Luis Gil at number 1, and Orioles left fielder Colton Cowser, Christian Walker at first base, or Carlos Santana with the platoon potentially with Ben Rice. Second base right now, I really didn't look at anybody. I mean, Caleb Durbin / Jorge Polanco. Third base on lock was going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr., acquired from the Marlins at the trade deadline, for Augustin Ramirez and a couple of other guys as well. It was like Abraham Ramirez, I want to say, was a pretty decent prospect for us as well. And another one of our prospects was like Jared Cerna, I believe. Yeah, Jared Cerna. Shortstop would be Anthony Volpe. Left field would be Teoscar Hernandez. If we don't get Teoscar Hernandez, I mean, the Yankees literally might just panic, have to go out and sign Anthony Santander. I'm seeing that the Phillies are in agreement with Jordan Romano. So pass the note. It's not about the Yankees. Fuck off. Center field will be Jason Dominguez. Locks. Right field will be Aaron Judge. Locks. I don't think I'm happy about this whole Juan Soto fiasco over the last like 15 hours and change. Is that Aaron Judge is finally out of the shackles of center field. They can actually play right field now. The DH would be Giancarlo Stanton. The bench right now would be Trent Grisham, backup center fielder. Waldo, aka Oswaldo Cabrera, super utility guy. Ben Rice would be our backup first baseman / our emergency third catcher behind both Austin Wells and Jose Trevino. And the last guy on our bench would be Jose Trevino, the aforementioned, who will be our backup catcher. Now you can go out and get guys for the bench. Obviously, we didn't really use anybody in the postseason off the bench. Maybe you bring back John Birdie. Maybe you sign Kiki Hernandez, even though you tried to do it last season. It's like he's going to be a Dodger for life at this point because he's just a playoff riser. Maybe it's a Jorge Polanco. Maybe it's a Caleb Durbin. Maybe it's a Yorvin Vivas. Maybe it's a Oswald Peraza. Maybe it's a Everson Pereira. Maybe somehow down the line it's a Spencer Jones. Maybe he gets traded. Maybe I don't know. It could be anybody. I mean, at the end of the day, Yankees plan B, Brian Cashman, Hal Steinbrenner, Cook. I mean, reading through a couple of Andy Martino tweets as well before I get off. I mean, he came out with couple of tweets as well, that the rogue Yankee opinion is that they'll be fine. Soto, Judge, Dominguez defensive outfield was going to be a disaster already. Too many mega contracts. A front office with a 30-year track record of winning now has so much money and flexibility, and that now has 104 comments. So definitely Mets fans saying we're coping, but we're definitely coping, but whatever. The Yankees offered Juan Soto was 16 years, $760 million. And they did not contain any deferred money. The relatively slight financial disparity makes the question, why did he choose the Mets when he liked being a Yankee? Soto is very close to being a family, very close with his family. The Mets are developing a rep as a very welcoming to player families. This is Alex Cohen's purview. Heard it was a factor. So we lost out on Juan Soto because of $45 million and because of family. So I guess, but Yankees plan B need to go out and sign Max Fried, Christian Walker, Teoscar Hernandez. And if you're really the Yankees and the evil empire and you're still the Kings of New York, you have to go out there and sign Max Fried, Christian Walker, Teoscar Hernandez, and Tanner Scott, and Carlos Santana. Yankees, yesterday was an awful day. Hopefully Brian Cashman doesn't embarrass us and can actually allocate this money. DJ LeMay was making $30 million over the next 2 seasons. Awful. Stroman 18.3. Awful, especially because 140 innings this season. That's an additional 18.3 for 2026. So that's even more awful. Rodon's 26 or $27.8 million right now. That contract is awful for a number 3 starter who is a walking. Just throw him out there for the home run derby. He gives up homers like there's no tomorrow. Every start with him, he gives up a homer at the very least. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about Carlos Rodon. And Cutter Crawford is like number 1 in homers allowed. I always love to bring this stat up. Cutter Crawford is number 1 in homers allowed in baseball, and number 2 was Carlos Rodon. So the AL East guys 1 and 2, the most homers allowed by a starting pitcher. It's 124. So, and then he got fucking skull fucked by the Dodgers in that World Series just by getting up homers too. Hopefully, his future teammate Teoscar Hernandez. Looking at Carlos Rodon, I mean, his first ever World Series start, 3 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 homers, no walks, 3 strikeouts. I'm yapping at this point. Yankees, cook. Please cook. Other than that, yo, that is the 50% of going below. Drop a like, comment down below. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. Boy John. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.